Hey, Liron here. Finally, another episode of Painting Masters. It's a very interesting one today. This is episode 91. We're going to be looking at Lai Young-Lin. I believe the first name is Young-Lin, and his last name is Lai. I could be wrong. A just amazing watercolor painter from Taiwan. Look, this is pretty interesting because we have an artist here, and I am seeing, this isn't the only artist I'm seeing painting this way, but it's a fascinating approach to watercolor that is so fresh and invigorating. It's so fun to see painters who work this way. It's just pure flow in watercolor. Now, I love showing examples that have the reference side by side. I think it gives something extra and it's very fun and also educational. So we're going to look at this first painting. I'm not going to go in too many details because these are fantastic and there's a lot I want to go over, but look at this beautiful interpretation of the scene. I will zoom in a bit. One thing you'll notice with him is just everything is flowing. Everything, it always feels fresh, but also you always get something to look at. There's a lot of details. It's not just a vague necessarily painting with no details or an illusion necessarily. There's a lot to look at. If I'm not mistaken, there's a lot of use of different means of creating details, like, for example, scratching out details and a lot of wet and wet, obviously. But the level of mastery here of technique is really incredible, which allows for a full impression to emerge. That's pretty much the only way you can get it. Like an actual full complete impression of the scene. Let's go over some and you'll just be amazed together with me. Here's another one. This is the only night scene really I have here, so I wanted to include that. I have seen others, but this one's fantastic. By the way, you may recognize this this artist's style because when I started following him on Instagram, it was mostly florals and stuff like that, but he seemed to really up the ante on cityscapes and landscapes. So it could be just me being out of the loop, but I noticed a gradual transition into more and more cityscapes, and these are just really lovely to look at. I think a strong characteristic of what makes these paintings have such a strong impact is the colors and their nuances, and you'll actually see when we pull up a bit of an older, it could be just a couple of years apart painting, and you'll see how the nuance is just, it's there, it's present in the newer paintings. Everything works together to create this beautiful impression. The colors on point, the values with a lot of liberties taken, by the way, are still on point and look fantastic. By the way, let me move this. I just now realized I might be blocking some of the art. So yeah, that's fine. Now it's better just so you can see the full picture. I wanted to make sure. Look at this section right here to the left with these trees and just whatever little sunlight peeking through, or just, sunset, street light, probably street lights based on how blue the sky is. Just fantastic. And it really is an approach that is for flow. For example, right, the sky flows straight into the building. As much flow maintenance as possible while still maintaining every shape's individuality, right? And this isn't necessarily the highest quality pick, but you get the picture, right? Flow. Everything flows together, and then distinctions where they're necessary. And this isn't necessarily harder to paint, but it does require awareness and a mindset shift and a certain approach, no doubt. Okay, look, this is one of the only pieces where the colors are really more varied, and I'm showing it on purpose because what you have to understand, a lot of the things that really pull these through is that concept of mother hue. There's one very dominant color. However, that doesn't mean you have to paint one way. And clearly, this painter has range. So this is an example of one that has multiple colors in it. And definitely, these boats and the rich colors on them are a big part of what makes this scene so attractive to the eye. These subtle transitions. Look at how beautifully this gray shadow communicates with the rest, only increasing the strength on the colors that are more in the distance. And nothing really is in excess. This building is pretty much hinted at if you look at the paint work itself. This is just a smooth transition from sky to roof. Simply a pleasure to look at. All these little wet dots, just wonderful. These details, if I'm not mistaken, this looks like it was scratched off. These are things I need to remind myself to do more of. Not as a gimmick or something tacky, but more just for fun, just for the expressiveness of it. Okay, this one really captivated me. I believe on Instagram you can find this alongside the actual picture. Look, what can I say? There's the shadows here are so good. Just look at the shadow alone, and there's so much nuance expressed within it, right? How it bounces off the buildings. There's a gap here showing the light between the buildings. Then it bounces over the car, right? Connects to the ground. You can see some of the markings on the street, which is just pure beauty, right? These lines for whatever bicycle or motorcycle parking spaces. There's the darks within it of that whatever motorcycle. Look at the cars, so hinted at, right? Nothing is in excess, but you can tell what you're looking at so easily. Now, you can break away into multiple layers, right? You have this building that's a little more in the distance, very vague. You have this building that has a few more details. Clearly, it's in the light. And then you have these groups of buildings that are in the shadow. Now look at the colors. It's as masterful as it gets. One dominant hue of blue, I would say. Blue to neutral. And then, yes, you do get to add some reds and some yellows. But this isn't even why, I love all primary colors in a painting, but this isn't even the reason why this one resonates with me so much. It's more of everything else together. I think this painter, above all, is an example of how everything connects to a pleasing composition. And the individual elements are very raw and authentic and real, but they also connect together to something that is very pleasing to the eye. Look at these little nuances here, And it's ultimate proof that edges and the specific accuracy of them isn't necessarily what makes it look beautiful. It's more the vision that carries it, So was this 100% controlled and deliberate? Maybe. Probably not. Probably this area was still wet, and he thought, let me make use of that and make sure I have vague edges around this area and just putting it in. But, just run the random process again, because watercolor has a lot of randomness to it. You'll get something that's a little different. All of that doesn't matter. It's about the vision leading the way. That vision, you run the random generator of the painting process. Once again, you'll get slightly different results, but the vision carries it all. And there's a reason I talked so much about this one, because I love this painting so much. This is one of my favorites here, absolute favorites. I don't know why. It's not even like my usual colors. It's not my usual style necessarily. I love it. Love it. And you will see that's not the only painter painting this way. There's a very strong stream somewhere there in the Southeast Asia and a lot of different countries. I've seen a lot of Chinese artists that paint a very similar way. This level of mastery, it's awe-inspiring, Not to lump them all together. I merely refer to the specific approach of having nothing in excess, but still putting in all the details. But nothing's in excess, and all the details are there. It's just fantastic. Okay, let's look at another one. I don't know why. This painting in particular, it does something for me. It feels nostalgic to me. It conveys, for me at least, a sensation that I almost remember this. And I'm not sure where. It kind of reminds me of, Tuscany, Florence, that kind of a thing. In Italy, it could be pretty much anywhere in the world, but to me it feels so nostalgic. And that combination, maybe there's something very cozy about it, that combination of gray up above and then warmth underneath. It's maybe a slightly moody and rainy night, but there's still lights welcoming you into whatever this thing is, whether it's a restaurant or something else, or whatever establishment this is. Someone here can comment if they know or happen to recognize, because there are some interesting characteristics here, like what are those things, but something in this conveys to me warmth. And I'm on a very personal note, I'm the busiest I've ever been, and I get less time to paint, unfortunately. And this really inspires me to find that extra time and paint as much as possible and try to reach a result for me, for my own style, that is of that quality. Simply inspiring. Okay, let's run through these. This is a real treat. I am pretty sure this is the reference photo, and these are the renditions of it. I let you be the judge of how they convey and express the scene. This is just fantastic. This is such a beautiful opportunity, by the way, to see into the mind of the artist. Just look at this. And what beautiful interpretations. I think this one is my favorite among the two, because it has more of that warmth and inviting element to it, but both are just beautiful. Again, let's zoom in a bit. Look at this thing, and everything flows together. The orange into the gray. Man, this artist is good. Look at the sky here, from nuanced blues to warms to yellows to and the rain, right? The effect of the rain. It feels there's a lot of these paintings of this style, like a rainy, and it makes sense. A lot of countries in that region are very wet, even when it's hot. A lot of rain, a lot of humidity. I love seeing this expressed here. It's quite humid here where I am too, to be honest, so I really relate to that. It's just a different climate. It feels like more tropical, maybe. I don't know. But in any case, look at this one. One of the only examples that I just found off the top of my search, basically for a landscape that is of this style and quality. So I wanted to include that in. Just beautiful. And if anything, I think your gift and skill and experience and intuition, they get even more expressed in simpler paintings. Like, this is simple, it's not easy. Sometimes the simpler things are the most difficult ones. So just expressing things in this way, it's not easy at all. The composition is there, but it's not necessarily straightforward. You probably have to arrange the elements a bit, to change some stuff around, to make a lot of decisions, to make this into what it is. I can't see myself. I'm sure if I've seen the reference photo, I'd paint it completely differently and not of this quality, in my opinion, not of this quality of final composition. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. Okay. Another one of those that I look at, I'm like, I've been there. I remember this. It feels maybe like an intersection in a bridge, and it's kind of late, and it starts to get very dark and gloomy, but you can still see some light. Like, what is this? Such a simple composition. If you had to paint this in a fairly like an abstract way, it's not that difficult. I'm hesitant to say that word, but the technique is not the thing that makes this fantastic for me. It's the thing that, because it's good, it doesn't detract from it, right? If the technique was terrible, it would detract from it. The technique is awesome. It's amazing. It's impressive. It's highly skilled. But it's that final impression and how everything works together that is the real inspiration here, to me at least, right? My hair is terrible, by the way. I really need to get a haircut. Just fantastic. This is a real treat for me. I just enjoy looking at these, and look at the different interpretation, right? Warm and cool, right next to one another. Are you doubting? Are you like, what's going on here? No, it just looks good. And what is this? There's nothing here. Is this a person? Yeah, okay. That's a street lamp. What is this? A bridge? What is this? Yet I feel like I've been there. Crazy. Okay, now I did want to show you some of the first early works when I discovered this artist were more in this vein, right? And it just goes to show you, artists go through different periods, so you get more of this floral look. There is also another painter on Instagram called Lin Gun. If you type that, Lin and then Gun, you'll find the artist with gaps, with spaces, I think. Similar, kind of more focused on florals, not as much as still life, but masterful of it. And I see a lot of similarities in the softness, but not in the approach. This is distinctly different from that one. But this is more of the indication of what this painter used to do. This is, to me, one of the more impressive things I've seen, because it's a combination. It's a landscape, but it's not shying away from putting in those details and those blades and of grass and whatever. Just wonderful work. If you haven't realized how impressed I am by all of this, again, simple composition allegedly, but look at these things here in the foreground. How much thought and kind of careful crafting is required to achieve this. Just wonderful. Obviously, a lot of these were lifted, but not exclusively. There's some interesting technique involved here, for sure. Okay, so this is an example of a bit of an older one, it feels to me. Hopefully I'm not making a mistake, but I took this from their Facebook page. See, the colors are less nuanced. That's what I was going to show you. The colors are less nuanced, still beautiful painting. Can you feel the difference? Can you see how this is a little more masterful in that regard? Let's see. I think that's the last one I have. Look, this is fantastic. It's beautiful. A thing of beauty, but I think this is the perfect one to end on. Honestly, this artist really spoke to me. There's something so unique about his paintings. I'm just flabbergasted. It really inspires me to go ahead and try to do this. So give them a follow. I'm going to put links to the YouTube channel. There are some processes you can watch. Go ahead and check those out. Always a gem when you get that. Some good ones too. Not like old ones from 10 years that look different. Good relatively new ones, somewhat new, I think maybe a year or 2 or 3, and Instagram, of course. Check them out, support them. Beautiful, beautiful work. Looking forward to sharing with you some more of these in the future. Life is busy. I'm doing my best. I've settled around 1 video a week. That's my maximum capacity right now. I'm barely keeping everything afloat, but things will get better soon. Around September, when the kid basically goes to kindergarten, we'll have a bit more free time. Right now, it's intense. It's intense, but fun. Life is fun and very rewarding. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. We'll talk to you soon.